Right, cool. Right, let me just make sure we're live. Apologies, guys.
Oh, my chest, that's
Louder this song.
Right, so Shannon said, when did the new hairstyle come?
Who said that?
Oh, Shannon.
Who's Shannon?
Just answer the question.
We're all going to assume we're talking about.
You're Shannon.
Is it my turn, bro?
Yeah.
I'm locked up, so it's been since December. I've been going with this.
What can I ask?
Rust.
Like, no, real talk.
It's been longer than that, bro.
No funny thing. Why are you locked up?
I wanted to be locked up for the last 4 or 5 years, but I was scared to commit. I didn't want to go through this phase here where you just don't look.
So is it?
And then
is it just locks? Oh, see, wretch.
Rich.
Okay.
And then it was
dumb,
acceptable.
bro.
Okay.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, shout out to YouTube. Listen, I think we're live everywhere we need to be now, yeah? So we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're now on YouTube as well.
People on Instagram, if you want to comment, please go to Facebook, please go to YouTube, do your comments there.
I was going to put a comment on Instagram though. So
Definitely.
See it.
Alright, cool.
Also, sorry. Also, you might notice that the camera angle is horizontal. Just turn your phone. Simple as that.
Simples.
Yeah, it's coming in. Yeah. Alright, cool. Listen, let's before we kind of get started, let's get it started properly. Let me just get my energy right because we're about to talk about something that's quite passionate. Right, grown ass men in the building, make some noise! Right, before we get started, let's introduce who we've got inside. I'm going to start off with myself today. My name let's switch up the whole thing.
That's a good switch.
My name's Craig, the host of the show.
What's going on, people? Rick's here. What's good?
What's going on? It's Darren.
You know, it's the Pan-African, aka Dwayne.
AKA Joe Rasta Mouse inside. Right. Anyway. Right. Let's get this right. Right. Today's topic is angry black women. Yeah. There's a few questions that we need to kind of put out there. We definitely want interaction, especially from angry black women, normal black women, just black women, short ones, tall ones, all of those things. We need your interaction.
White women can comment.
Yeah, but especially angry black women, well, black women, just black women in general, yeah? But white women, Indian, everything, yeah, everyone comment, especially if you're angry in general, yeah? We definitely want to hear from you. We need that interaction. Right, Carlene says hi.
Shout out to Carlene.
She's in the hospital, yeah, she said she's watching from her hospital bed.
Bro,
that's
love that, man. Hope you get better soon.
Definitely.
Get well soon, man.
I wanted to know what she's in for, but listen, it's irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about on a serious note, angry black women and the stereotype that comes with it. Do angry black women exist, and is the stereotype justified?
Do angry women and black women exist? Yes, they do exist.
Is the stereotype justified?
No, the stereotype is not justified, but they do exist. Simply because there are angry women in every race.
Okay. So,
but what I don't like with regard to the stereotypes like that are attached to black women is when a woman is in power or is strong in any sense, she gets labelled as angry. But at the same time, I don't agree with like black women as a whole. They get angry and upset that they get these labels. Yeah, but then they're happy to accept the positive ones. Either you accept stereotypes or you don't. You can't pick and choose which ones suit you and which ones don't.
Positive stereotypes like what?
Strong black women. Yeah, they want to run with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They want to run with that. But they don't want to accept a black angry woman.
So what are you saying? The black should never be associated. So what you saying? The black just shouldn't be associated.
No, it shouldn't be. You can't accept a stereotype and then moan about another one.
Alright, hold on one second. I just need to understand.
I think it's an interesting perspective.
Down. Because you're saying like, okay, they're wrong for accepting a positive and not accepting a negative. How does the two, like strong black woman and angry black woman, how does the two go hand in hand? Because you're saying
they go hand in hand, Darren.
But so therefore they can filter, they can be happy accepting strong.
You shouldn't be allowing yourself to be stereotyped one way or the other. If you're gonna allow yourself to be stereotyped, then don't pick and choose which one suit you and which one bloody well.
But that's you're then making the assumption that strong black woman is a stereotype. If that is generally true, yeah.
So you're saying it's not?
Huh?
Are you saying it's not stereotype?
I'm saying if that's generally true.
I would say that's a label.
Yeah.
I would say that's more of a label than a stereotype.
Right.
Go on. Sorry. Go
So
ahead.
that's basically what I'm saying. It's not. I wouldn't call that a stereotype. So I see what you're saying, but for me, I wouldn't say just because you're the stereotype of angry black woman means that you then have to accept or can't accept strong black women, because the two don't go hand in hand for me. That's what I'm saying in response to that.
Well, Riggs, you wanna put anything before I go for mine?
I don't. The whole thing about angry black woman, I think the problem with it is.
Talk, man.
Listen, alright, let me say my thing, right? I think angry black women exist, yeah? 100%. And I think it's totally justified as well, yeah? And the reason being is that I think black women especially have been looked down upon for so many years. I think they've got every fucking right to be angry. Okay. Do you understand what I mean? And I think what it is as well is that society likes to put labels on things that can be projected in a negative way. And whilst the anger is justified, there are instances where black women in some cases don't do themselves any favours. The media, I think we put the video out and we put those shows on, the Love and Hip Hops, the Bad Girls Club and all of those things. Yeah. They only project black women in a way that is angry. They don't show the nurturing sides of all of that. And what I notice about them shows, I'm gonna let you get to that in a second, Dwayne. Yeah, but let me finish.
All right.
Yeah. But what they don't show in them shows is that the interaction with their children and things like that, because that would be almost too positive. But us as a black society, we will buy into it as well. I'm guilty because
that's what I was going to get onto. Who watches that show? The same women that are moaning about the stereotype, but you're supporting it fully.
And but once again,
you can't make excuses.
No, but bro, you're basically just, it's not black and white, because those shows do show a good side of black women. A lot of those women in those shows, a lot of those women in those shows are entrepreneurs who are successful, who have gone out and made a lane for themselves and are successful.
And a lot of them carry the tag ratchet. Yeah? A lot of them carry that tag with them, and you women are supporting it and watching it weekly.
That entrepreneurship, that's not what sells the shows.
Exactly.
And that's
it's the attitudes and the arguments that come out.
The controversy, the shouting, the arguing,
and
the fighting is what sells.
But bro, listen, it's the same with Real Housewives of Orange County, whatever. Not just the black ones. Controversy sells. Period.
Get that?
Period.
We understand that if you're trying to get away from something, don't support something that is showing
right, but
in that light.
But this is my thing where the unfairness comes into play. Is that if the same show with white people or any other race, and they're doing exactly the same thing,
which is
they are not labelled angry white women, they're not angry Indian women.
Unfortunately, we are held to different standards. We can't go by the same rules that white society uses. Because at the end of the day, we are judged differently. If we want to help our own race and help the way that we're perceived, we have to do things differently to how our counterparts do.
Exactly. Alright, before Darren goes in, let me just read out a couple of comments. Like I said, I want to keep everyone involved. Carlina said, yes, I used to be a very angry woman, but I don't think it has anything to do with me being black.
Right, agreed.
100%. Yeah, get a little like on that. Anton has said, like bad B, the saying, then saying I'm not angry. I don't get that. Like
bad bitch.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, you can swear, Anton. Listen, I know you don't hesitate, bro. Let's be real. Right, Shantae said, I think there's a misconception black women are strong because they have more challenges to contend with, more than men and more than other women. Well, I don't think, in that case, I don't think it's a misconception. If I have to train more than you and I have to lift heavier weights than you,
you'd be angry about it.
I'm stronger. I'm stronger. You understand what I mean? Just, it's not even about the fact of being angry. It is, I have to deal with more, so I become stronger. It's
okay. They have to go for a break. You're more than me.
So for me,
do I agree?
So answering the question, I like people have said here, there's angry in all different races. Yeah. So I don't think anybody can dispute whether there are angry black women. Of course, just like there are in all other races. What I have the problem with is that I feel a lot of it is kind of covered up and swept under the carpet. It's intimidation. I feel people get intimidated by the strength and the forwardness of a black woman. And I think you just touched on it there. A lot of that comes from having to deal with so much shit. We all know the scenarios, the situation the circumstances surrounding black men and black men being incarcerated, some black men not being there for the father, so therefore black women are having to pick up the mantelpiece as mother and father. That is a lot. It's a lot. So when you approach a black woman with bullshit or something that she might think, you know what, I just don't have the time to entertain this. That's her just basically doing what she needs to do to survive, to get by and live the life that she needs to live. I don't see it. And personally, as a man, like I hear a lot of guys like, oh, black women are feisty, black women are difficult to deal with. Bro, who wants a woman that you can just walk all over, bro?
Right, that's what I'm about to say.
Who wants that?
I do believe like relationships.
Some guys want some. What
You're weak.
Stress free.
You're weak.
Yeah, I'm about to say let's not
stress free. And
in relationships,
again, is that a
it
misconception?
can be very difficult. You know,
They challenge you. They challenge you.
Is that women or is that black women? That's what I need to know.
I've never dated a white woman. Yeah, I can only go be stereotypes.
Give me an answer though, bro.
It will only be stereotypes that I'm running with, and it appears, and that what I've been told, that black women are more difficult to deal with. I don't have a problem dealing with it. Yeah, but I do accept that they are more difficult. The problem is, I don't think they
being more difficult that shouldn't give them the title angry.
No,
I don't think it should.
And the thing is, what annoys me is that these black guys who are saying that, why are black women seen as challenging? Because you should be like, you've grown with a black woman. A black woman's raised.
It should be.
So why is that seen as challenging?
This is my thing. But have you grown with someone that you perceive as an angry black woman? So that's messed up your perception. Do you understand what I mean? And I say this from the fact of a lot of my peers and stuff like that have grown up with single parents, and you know, and we put out there on the post and the advertisement. I think it's mainly single mothers who are the angry black women. So with that, if we are being brought up by these so-called angry black women, then our perception is, well, you know what, boy, I don't want to deal with that, because I know what my mum's like. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm saying it in jest, but I'm serious as well.
I've had that conversation before in one of my groups where they've said, where we look at women and we say, oh no, she's nuts. I'm like, oh, she drives me nuts. But we think, okay, well, how did our dad do things? Was your mum nuts? Just, I mean, the TV view your mum as one of them, fucking hell, she's doing my nutting kind of women. And the reality is, that is probably how they were viewed.
Alright, so my mum is one of those people who could be considered an angry black woman, because my mum is talking it straight. Like, how she sees it, she talks it. Yeah. I worked with my mum at one stage when I was young. And my mum is yeah, she got really good, and it was a good job as well. But she's a boss at her workplace. Like, people know if you're coming to my mum, don't come with no bullshit, innit? Now, and they say that people kind of you gravitate to kind of what you know. I have had and have a missus and have had previous missuses where they are challenging. That's what I draw to.
But you like it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because for me, that's how I see a woman should be strong.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But the example is, this is what I'm saying, that example is that positive image that you have of your mum. Right. So whereas
your image is not positive.
Exactly. Then they're going to be attracted to something opposite. Yeah. So that meek and mild and you know, that all becomes very, very attractive.
Bro,
you understand what I mean? They're not challenging. Let me read out some comments, yeah?
Mild.
Naisha has said, shout out to Naisha as well. She said it's been a long time. And she's doing this, she's watching while doing an assignment. I'm going to say, make the assignment wait and stay up. Yeah? She said, now we all have good arguable points. Yeah, Jesus Jones has said, Marlon, how did the Kid and Play audition go? Hashtag love their hair. Yeah?
Oh man, that girl's getting it, bro.
Funny. Oh man.
Right. Daniela said, it's a label that is there to put you down. There are angry women in every race.
Yeah, totally.
100%. And Shante said, yes, Darren, the people's champ. As always. Right. Anton has said they are due to the conception of society, and the mum might be the major factor due to. Yeah, I can't say that word. I love my black women, but never had that connection with one. Ooh, that's interesting. So Anton sounds like he's coming from the other side, I believe. Yeah. When I say the other side, that sounds so
the
bad.
other side.
No, I didn't mean that. When I say the other side, I mean the other side of the argument where he is. I'm making an assumption that
he's with a white person or somebody outside of his race.
Outside of his race,
cool.
yeah. So there might be major. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, man. What I would like to know then from Anton or anyone else who has had experience with a relationship with the opposite race, or with a woman from the opposite race, how do they differ? And is it that they differ in terms of people, or do they differ in terms of race and culture? Because I think that's also one of the problems, is that the label is given because of the cultural differences. Black women, especially, and I'm generally speaking from back my experiences, they're very, very animated, yeah, with hands and stuff like that.
People, yeah, so
but my thing is, to other cultures, that can be looked as aggressive or threatening. Do you understand what I mean? Or if a black woman is very assertive, it's looked at as, oh, she's moany, or she's angry, or she's got a chip on her shoulder. But if the white woman is, it's like, oh my gosh, she's just so strong because it's out of the fucking norm.
Like I'm saying to you, man, it's for me, it boils down to intimidation. Yeah, I strongly believe, and it's not, I can't point out as fact, but I strongly believe that, all right, we've all been in a situation when we weren't with people, where you've tried to move, to a girl and woman, whatever it may be, and you know this woman ain't gonna take no shit. Like, she ain't gonna, do you know what I mean? So therefore, some guys either think, you know what, Larry, or you try and put your A game on. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people will just say, nah, do you know what, it's not for me. And a lot of people will class that person as being angry or too
stush.
Yeah. But you're just intimidated, and you need to step your game up. And a lot of the stereotype comes from intimidation. Like, society as a whole views the black woman as angry.
No, but it's not the black woman, because
it's a race.
Yeah,
it's a race.
You think it's the same thing. If Dwayne is talking to a police officer and Ben is talking to a police officer, they don't like the way that Dwayne is talking to them.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not that he's saying anything different, but it's just the way that he speaks,
I'll give you an example.
and hand movement and everything like that.
I'll give you an example. Now, we're very expressive with our hands, and we talk, and we can make it like that. Donald Trump is exactly the same. Yeah, he uses his hands a lot. He makes a lot of faces, really does a lot of head movement, but he is deemed as a powerful man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? If that was a black man, it's simply an aggressive man. Yeah, the dynamics change. Yeah, based on the race. I don't think it's just for the women. Yeah?
Do you think that at the same time that the label has actually come from outside of the race?
Yes.
And do you think in some...
Yeah, go on, sorry. I think in the past I have been to blame, not myself or all on my own, but I'm partly the problem with this stereotype. I have labelled women talking to me in a certain way, and more jokingly than anything, but that's part of our problem a lot of the time. We allow something to be said in humour, and then before you know it, it comes across as a serious thing. Women have been, say I've been arguing with someone, I don't like the tone she's using. I'll tell her that, stop being an angry black woman. Now I shouldn't do that, but I've done it in the past to kind of push buttons or slightly wind them up. But really and truly, that us black men doing that is something that is only gonna then
reinforce.
Yeah. It's the same thing with the nigger thing. Us saying it then allows other people to say it, and before you know it, it's seen as just a stereotype.
But the question
is, that's allowed.
Where do we think it came from? I think it did derive from outside of the race.
And
however, now
the whole black aggressive.
Yeah. However, now it's a stereotype where, along with other things, where the black race have adopted it for whatever reason, I don't know. And now we're reinforcing it.
Yeah, because it's been embedded into you.
Yeah, once someone tells you something enough, you then start to believe it.
Let me read out a few comments.
I don't do that anymore.
Shout out to everyone as well. The thumbs up, the love hearts, and even the angry faces. That always helps our interaction. So I really do appreciate that as well. Jesus Jones. I don't know if it's Jesus or Jesus. Don't know. But I'm gonna go with Jesus because it's the man upstairs. Do you think black women are generally more angry? Perhaps they are just more direct. Women are generally more agreeable than men on the whole, but how much of it comes down to genetics between race? I don't think genetics has anything to do with it. genetic.
What exactly?
Well, I think in terms of women are more agreeable than men, but
like we just said,
I don't think that's a genetic thing.
The way in which we speak and the way we come across is genetic.
Yeah, because
it's more cultural, isn't it? No, I don't think it's a genetic thing.
No, but I do think it's a genetic.
Hear my point. I'm born, me. I then go and live with a white family, Ben and Bill. I'm not going to be that way. It's not a genetic thing.
Why are you not gonna be that way?
Because it's not an example that I'm seeing in
private school with Daly and Tom and all those guys.
Shout out to Daly.
He's not going to be the same way we are. And that is more close to factual than it is anything else.
No, I think eventually it's something that will get taught out of him.
Have you seen my guy? You've seen him
from Big Brother.
Blue eyes, just flipping perm. What's his name?
But that's eventually. I'm kind of agreeing, but.
If you went to private school from day dot,
I
think you would just be that.
Bro, if you were born from black mother and father, and you spent time with them for a certain amount of time, and then you went into a white environment, it would take you a while for the white environment to change you.
Yeah, but
eventually it would change you. But what I'm saying though is, I do think it's partly genetic, simply because. Wow. Because of the fact of the matter is,
let's not argue. Let's not argue that point. I get where Darren's coming from. I disagree. Yeah, but you're saying he's saying that he just thinks it's in you. It's going to come out of you at some point. It's part of your makeup. But I'm saying it can't come out of you unless you're exposed to something. Yeah. But anyway, let me just get back onto Anton. I read a couple more comments. Shout out to everyone who's commenting on YouTube as well.
Pick up yourself.
Right. No, Darren, it's not that I was around more white people at the time, and in my eyes I found black women with strong attitudes have no link with me personally. It's easy to see it that way, but look deeper than skin. Read that one more time. No, Darren, it's not that I was around more white people at the time, and in my eyes I found black women with strong attitudes have no link with my personality. I think he's trying to say. It's easy to see it that way, but look deeper than skin. Alright. Let me read out a couple of on.
I don't know why you would run it down. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I can't remember the question.
I do understand what he said. The guy could see that his personality wasn't. It was in a clash.
Yeah. Mm. That's interesting. But yeah,
it's a different.
I call it from there.
Yeah, it's a different show. That's a different show.
Right. Right. Jesus has said. You also have to remember the history for black people. Go back a few hundred years, and a black person had to struggle just to survive. We still have race problems today, of course. Japanese women are often seen as passive or perhaps submissive. Exactly. Japan has less cultural integration, therefore a majority of women didn't need to struggle, for example, with race to get on in life. That's a fantastic point.
Excellent.
I can't like that on YouTube, but...
Excellent point. Excellent.
I like that.
Excellent.
Right, shout out to Adina. She said, hi guys. I agree culture plays a big part in the label because it's in the black culture to be animated, but language is very powerful. Put a negative spin on the culture to put it down. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
and this is what I'm saying. It's about the narrative that is used when describing a certain person. Do you know what I mean? And once that narrative is used and it spreads,
you know what the thing is?
Automatically, it's viewed as alright. That person's negative. That person's, and they might just be just. It's standard what they're saying, but that person's negative because of the narrative that has been spread amongst society.
It's what we naturally do because of society and the labels that are given when we are definitely when we are talking about certain people.
Right.
I 100% agree.
We're all accepting there are angry black women, and those that are angry don't accept it. There are many of them out there, but they don't accept it. They don't see where the issue lies. They don't think that they're angry black women, but the reality is they are. There are a lot of them out there.
Yeah, but
but then there's a lot of them out there in the white race, in the Indian race.
I've accepted it that they're all out there. My thing is, you are there. Let's not pretend that you don't exist.
Well, I think what we need to find out is would any black woman out there accept the label of angry black woman?
No.
You know, that's definitely
why would any woman? Why would? Same way if there was a label angry black men, you wouldn't
if you said to me,
take that.
If I was an angry black man,
I would accept that. I'm saying you said to me, I'm aggressively spoken. I know this and I accept it. Yeah, but women can't accept these things. There are many of them out there that are aggressive, that come off very aggressive, but they will not accept that.
But
that's a problem in
it's
itself.
Perspective, innit? It's perspective. Because I might be talking to you, and I think I'm talking to you in a very calm and civilized manner. You might see it as, right, D's just spitting in my face and he's talking aggressive and angry.
You got to be able to know yourself then, innit?
Yeah, but it's perspective though. Like, that's what I'm saying. If how I see as talking, I might see, alright, you know what? Me doing all that and you might think that's, fucking hell, that's aggressive. I might see it as a term of endearment. Yeah? Automatically, your perspective is different from mine. So therefore, I'm not going to say I'm angry because that's a term of endearment. No matter how hard I'm doing it. You get me?
I was like, bro, where he's taking this? I'm letting man make his point, bro. I'm shutting down that way. Fuck that. Right, let me read out a couple comments. Shout out to Ashley. She said, I think it's down to culture. However, I do think white women are more in tune with their femininity. And that's because their men are not held back by society, so are able to play their masculine roles.
I totally agree with that. I think we've touched on it before.
I need to digest that.
I wasn't with her at the beginning, but
No, I totally agree. I think we've spoken about it before with the roles in a relationship.
So do you think that black men are responsible for dynamics have changed? To go back, so you think that black men are responsible for the label of
society? It's a cycle because we are raised by women, and then it just goes round in circles. You're not going to be able to get to who is to blame for.
it's like Darren said before about fathers, you know, black men being missing as fathers and so on, and the way that women are then raised and how they grow up. It's how that cycle starts.
It's a cycle.
So yeah, the men have to take some share of that responsibility as to how women are turning out now.
That's true. I'm going to say because you're very expressive in your hand. You need to lick that my hand.
You know, you need to lick the drink out my hand when you're speaking like this in front of me.
So we're two angry black men. So we're two angry black men, then, basically, yeah? Alright, let me get back to it. Right, so Daniel said, women are right 99% of the time. That is all. Why not an angry woman rather than an angry black woman? If that was said in the workplace, it would be rightly called racism. Yes, 100%.
And you're not right most of the time.
Let's just get that out of there. I don't know what kind of world you're in.
Yeah, but I think it does go back to this is my thing. It does go back to the point that Dwayne made right at the start of the show when he said about the accepting of certain stereotypes. Because if someone said in the workplace, you're a strong black woman, there ain't no complaints. There is no complaints. Not from that woman.
There's not no complaints, but you shouldn't
hold
allow
on,
that.
hold on, B. Hold on.
I'm very clear. You shouldn't allow that.
Hold on. Yeah, you're a strong black woman, yeah? And everyone's like independent.
Sorry, don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Right, cool. Yeah, they're saying independent. Or we laugh at the little white kids on the memes that come around. I want to be a strong black woman. Like, we all laugh at that. Because it's funny. Yeah, but I think, no, hear what I'm saying. We take pride in this. However, if someone like just the comment just said, if someone said that you're just an angry woman, it wouldn't be taken anywhere. But if you're an angry black woman, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Now we're choosing to take that race part because it's being
seen as a negative.
It's being seen as negative, and we want to use it. But I think what Dwayne was saying is right. You got to cut it all out then, really. Yeah. You can't pick and choose.
So what you're saying, you've got, in order to not accept the negative, you've also got to cut out the positive as well. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not about cutting out the positive. It sounds like it's labels. It's not about the positive and negative. It's the acceptance of labels associated to race.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Exactly.
Jeez, hey.
Yes, exactly that.
Okay.
What do you defend?
Go ahead.
I am going to defend it.
All the time.
I'm going to defend it.
You can't defend that.
I am going to defend it. Because in any walk of life, you're going to accept the positive. Of course you're going to.
Then don't bitch about the negative.
No, bro. That doesn't make any sense in my world. Bruh. If somebody's coming to you with a negative, which you think is false, you are going to defend yourself. If somebody's coming to you with a positive, which you relate to and say, yes, that is me, that's part of my identity, of course you're going to accept that. That's the standard.
All right, let me read out a couple more comments, right? Shout out to Mark's MB3. Nothing more off-putting than a woman inheriting the mum's bitterness. Jesus.
Well, and that fits it. Yeah, you know, an example, yeah? That you'll find angry black woman. I think we posted a clip the other day with the mum talking to the little girl in the background, yeah? Now, that comes across as an angry, bitter black woman, yeah? Let me hear you defend, because I know you want to defend.
Sorry, you've lost me. What are you talking about?
know the video of the
when she's telling about her dad, the dad didn't turn out.
Stupid cow, man. Oh, whoa, stupid cow.
Well, that's not the people.
Listen.
And that happens a lot though.
Regardless of angry black man or woman or what kind of stereotype you're not talking about, that was just plain wrong.
That happens very frequently.
Okay.
Yeah, and that right there is what people will be referring to when they are talking about angry black people.
No, but you're saying that happens
part and
frequently.
parcel.
Are you saying that it's only single black mums that diss the dads to their children?
Run again.
Are you saying in relation to that video? Are you saying that it's only single black mothers that diss the dads
So no, I can
to
only
their
relate.
children?
If I'm going to be honest with you,
I don't know where I can say
this is
that.
what
I've never seen it otherwise.
Right, this is what I have to take. Yeah, you have to remember this as well.
Yeah.
This woman was not filmed by someone.
She filmed it herself.
She filmed it herself. She put it out there. So if it is happening in other races, they ain't dumb enough to be putting this shit out there on social media because, well, I say that it might be in their world. I haven't seen it. Someone sent me something.
No, but that's not the first time you've seen something like that. And again, who were they again? They were black women.
So hold on, are we now saying that it's only black women who treat their children?
No, that's
I
not.
didn't say that.
So
How
how
do you do that?
So what are you saying then?
When did anyone ever say
No,
that?
so what are you saying then? Because he's the one who said he's only seen black women doing that.
Right, I just said.
So then what are you saying then?
Hear what I'm saying? Listen this time.
Go on then. Go on, I'm
Right.
listening.
I'm saying if it is happening in that world and white people are doing it, they're not stupid enough to be filming it and
That's what you
televising
said.
it and
That's
sending
what you
it out
said.
there.
That's what
or
you said.
if it is
That's
getting
what
sent
you
out
said.
there, it's not being sent to me. I'm not exposed
No
to
problems,
it.
no problems, Craig. That's what you said. Dwayne just said, I only see black women doing that.
And why do I only see black women doing it?
You tell me.
Why do I only see black
You
women?
tell me.
He just gives you the reasons
No,
why
no,
I
no,
only
no.
see.
You tell me, not him. You tell me.
You want me to repeat what he said?
Go on then.
He said that black women are only the people that are doing filming it and putting it out. Because we're not seeing it from white
So
people.
you're never ever gonna see on social media.
I've never seen
white women.
He's never seen.
I've never seen.
You disrespecting or
I've never seen.
their children.
But it's
bollocks.
because that's not your world.
Bollocks. I'm sorry.
No, man,
You can't expect to see something. You can't expect to
These
see,
things go viral, bruv.
see the ins and outs of another race because that's
How many
that's
times have
not
you
your
seen?
people.
You seen them white guys fighting? You see that? Why don't you see that? Why don't you see that?
Yeah, listen, I see Charlie get knocked out.
Just for anybody who doesn't understand what we're talking about, there was a video clip and there was a black woman, right? And she must have been on the phone to. Hold on. She must have been on the phone to the father of her child. The father of her child basically, obviously, let her down and wasn't going to come and visit the child. She came off the phone to the child and then up to the father and then basically told the child, this is why I'm trying to protect you from daddy because daddy is letting you down, not going to come
Because
see you.
you can see that I've tried to get him to see you, blah blah blah, and he can't do it.
So in any walk of life, whether it's black, white, Asian, that's wrong. I'm just trying to say it's not only black people you're going to see, black women.
I'm gonna say I've only seen that.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Fair enough.
Right, we've got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Right, good. Right, let me read out a couple more comments. Just because you have this from Naisha, I hope I'm saying your name right. I always think I'm saying it right. Did I say Naisha?
Nice.
Two, you can't make it.
Nice.
Two dummies.
Don't look at me.
Just call the name.
Just because you may have a certain tone or passion, you then get a label which could be BS, just like what Darren is saying now. Yeah, I think you said. Adina has said, but you can't accept something that isn't concrete. Everyone has a right to be angry; it's an emotion. But to be labelled it constantly is not right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good point.
Yes.
And you know, and I think that's what the video clip kind of said as well. It's like with white women, it can be labelled as so many different things.
Powerful.
Then when it's but when it's just a black woman, it's just bad. That's just what it is.
When we put this topic up, we had a friend that came out straight away and said, "Yeah, I agree. Black women are angry." And what is it he said?
What
did he say?
It's a single mums.
Yeah, he said yes. When I come across it, when I come across these women, they're usually single
Baby mothers. Yeah, no, you
Like, he didn't use the term baby mothers. He said they're usually single, bitter old, single mothers. And he said,
I'm surprised you didn't use that term.
And he said his experience is that they are angry and bitter black women.
So the thing about it is, obviously, you can only go by your experience, but to label a whole race of women something because of the experience, and you more than likely come into contact with 2%, if that, of the black female race. If exactly, yeah, is stupid. So
and maybe he needs to take responsibility that he might actually just be making them angry. Maybe it's just all him.
Hey,
you know what? It's to be fair. I just. Whilst I think the label will fit certain women, I think it's just another thing that we as a race have to manage. I don't want to say manage, because accept is not the thing really, but we have to manage, and it's been put onto us, and it's just been narrowed down to
we've got to get rid of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say what it may never go. The label may always be there in some places, but what we can do to help that is not encourage it. Not us as black men shouldn't be going around talking about angry black women just because a woman has raised her voice.
She's just an angry woman.
Well, she might not even be angry. She might
be
be trying to emphasize.
I don't think we should be labelling them angry black women. We need to cut that out.
Right, let me read out a couple of comments. Daniel said, "How often do you see positive black images anywhere? We are flooded with the negative for a reason." Yeah,
I think that's changed a lot. I think you probably see more positive.
You think positive?
Whoa, what do you mean?
No, actually no. When I think about TV, maybe not.
Yeah, you better fall right back.
No, but if you look at, like, say you're looking at, like, I don't know, Instagram or something, like,
you see a few pictures here and there is what you get.
It's improving. It's improving, but when you look at, like,
that's the right word.
roles and TV,
it's improving, but it's definitely.
But I think they should ban housewives bullshit anyway. Take that shit.
Man. I can't like that's not good pleasure.
But why? Why?
Because
let's
it's
talk
Darren's good, but he loves to see the angry
I
black
can't lie. Housewives of Atlanta. Hey, I'm going on to watch that.
This bullshit.
Alright, but it's
bullshit TV.
Alright, but let me try and take this a bit further. You're saying that because of the
don't get me
images
wrong.
are put out.
I hate Towie as well. I think it should all be banned. I hate all that.
You know what's mad? Is that we speak about let's not support watching gangsters this and gangsters that, but no one ain't saying to support all that kind of shit. It's the same difference. They're both encouraging stereotype, but only one we want to really boycott.
But
and even then it's half-hearted.
This is my thing. I don't want to kind of branch too far away from the topic. Whilst yes, we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing that, but we have to still accept what is real and what happens in society.
Yes.
So to say, just ban all of these things, ban all of that. Well, you just want to see people going to church on TV, and that's it, or going to work. Come on, man. Like this.
And also, there are positives that come out of that. Like I said, all right, you look at Candy, for instance. Candy is a multi-millionaire, successful, bad. I'm not going to say, bro.
Whoa! I'm not going to say.
That was a joke.
Never gonna see Darren again, but
she's a boss. Do you know what I mean? Now, some people might watch that and think, do you know what? Like, I can take something from Candy. Like, that's positive. Like, she's got multiple streams of income, multiple businesses. She's a family woman. She's doing it all. Do you know what I mean? She's a good wife. All of these things.
I don't watch that shit.
Cool. But maybe you should.
But from the things I see, all I see is women arguing, being loud unnecessarily, and generally showing that groups of black women cannot get on together.
Right. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. Let me tell you something. Let me make this point. What
it shows is that black women can never rise up together. They always got to be bitching and taking down each other. That's bullshit.
Right.
Based on that logic, we shouldn't listen to music. We shouldn't watch TV. There's so many things.
How?
Bro, what?
Explain music to me.
The message.
And then we'll move on to the
listen. The message that you get in music nowadays, how often is it positive? How often is it positive?
I wanted to how it related to what he said about coming up together. That's what I was trying to understand.
Coming up together? No, he's saying we should ban these kind of things.
In music, I don't see everyone trying to take down everyone.
Bro,
can I make
and no one being able to work together.
In music, what music are you hearing? Are you listening to now? Where you're getting, apart from maybe a couple of Kendrick tracks, maybe
I listen to J. Cole. And
listen. On one hand, there's artists on one hand, but generally the broader spectrum of music. Generally, the message that you're getting out of music is negative.
Yeah, I don't listen.
Generally, I'm saying. Stop, bro. Stop. You're playing dumb. Generally, I'm saying it's negative. So therefore, based on what you're saying, then we shouldn't, anything that gives off a negative energy or message, we should ban it.
half that music, little yachties and them, I don't want them there anyway. I listen to Talib Kweli and them man there.
Okay.
I don't need these little yachties and little this and young Uzis and all that shit.
Okay.
Yes, it can be banned. I'm not promoting that.
Right.
So the only rappers you listen to are
Darren and Breaks, you guys are having your own little thing at the moment. Can we get involved? Is that cool?
Yeah. Good.
But the one thing I wanted to do say about your previous point is that you're slamming Real Housewives of Atlanta, but what it does show is it shows black women who are entrepreneurs. It shows success. It shows successful marriages on there as well. It shows. Yes, it does. But you don't watch it. You've just heard. Yeah. So listen. Just listen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It also shows a woman who's not only an entrepreneur but has brought her family into business as well. So there is a balance. Yeah. So whilst hear me out.
Okay.
Yeah. Whilst I do get that it does show black women in a negative stereotype, we also can't ignore the other side of it. Yeah. And that's often what's done with shows like that, and they're just called garbage and all that shit.
Generally with these shows, is marriage more highly promoted than the cheating, the fact that in one season they've got this boyfriend and in the next season it's this.
You don't listen.
I'm saying what he's trying to say. He understands that they're there.
I'm saying that they're there, but I'm saying that there is the other side as well.
But you're saying it's a balance.
No, alright, cool. Balance, wrong word. But don't ignore the other side.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, but I do want to start about balance. You have ignored the other side because when I said, oh, there's entrepreneurs, it's like, oh,
it's always come to a balance.
Right, that's what I think.
But
just hear the whole
it's
thing.
like you with music. It just depends on what you want to take out of it. The positive is there to take out of it.
It's not the same because in music I can choose which artists I want to listen to. What I'm saying about these kind of programs.
In these programs, what
I'm saying in these kind of programs, the balance isn't right. And what I'm saying is that the negative, what they are promoting is higher than.
When you see the advert, it don't tell you this is a successful marriage. It shows you Keisha messing around with John, who's messing around with Tyler, and all this kind of Billy bullshit.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to. Is there anyone out there who watches these shows as well? Because, like I said, I'm fighting because I'm a fan of it. And I like the show. I do like the show, but at the same time, I'm not ignoring the other side. But is there anyone out there who think that these shows shouldn't be put on there? Because ultimately, you're taking people out of jobs as well. Like, we're just entertained. It's not like, come on. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what?
And it's you know that some of the stuff is made up. Come on, like it's but. I don't know.
Being made up makes it worse.
It does reinforce the
makes it worse. Being made up
I do get it.
worse.
Let me read out a couple of comments. Let me try and move on from this. Right. Nyasha.
Our brother's the same name.
Yeah, she's sent it to me. Nyasha.
Okay.
Nyasha. Cool. Shout out to Nyasha. Right. Jesus has said 80% of YouTube users are men. Important to note, as it would naturally lead to a bias towards a man's point of view on social media platforms, etc. Interesting. Okay, so in terms of what's being kind of put out there, I get that. I get that. God bless has said, God bless and Jesus in the same chat, bro. This is something. When I was younger, I do recall my mum stating, "Your dad is workless." Yeah, terrible. Maybe so, but I think women need to own making wrong choices in men and stop getting pregnant from these so-called workless men.
Please,
my God,
hey, listen,
that's
world class.
Yeah.
I've said it for so many weeks.
Right.
You said you got it off your chest.
But I've been sitting with it here thinking myself, it's not the right topic, it's not the right topic.
I'm sure you said this recently.
Right. Nyasha has said, them reality TV shows are designed and put together to show a negative connotation. It's true, but I guess
there's a balance. I'm just saying.
You're just saying. You know what it is? You can't even help it. That's an absolute thing. Right. We've got, Daniel has said, exactly, people are people and our experiences mostly determine our attitudes. Let's lose the angry black woman term ASAP. Right, whilst I agree with her, I don't think that's within our control. Totally.
To lose it. Because the narrative's being pushed, so we don't.
Do you know what I think it is within our control? Is how we let it affect us. That's like.
Can't agree with that either.
No, I think you can. If we don't subscribe to that, and when I say we, I'm talking about black men also as well. If we are not subscribing to that, yeah, and we know and we treat our women how we see them, which shouldn't be.
That's like.
Yeah. Then I don't think that it's obviously No, we choose.
Right,
How
so you choose in that aspect how you it affects you, yeah? However, a woman goes into work tomorrow, yeah? She's speaking with her hands. She is now labelled as that angry black woman, yeah? She doesn't get to now pick and how it's going to affect her at work. Now all of her colleagues look at her as an angry woman. She goes to speak tomorrow, another day, and she wants to raise her voice. She can't because she's now thinking, I'm the angry black woman. She has to now pick and choose how she speaks to people simply because the label is coming. So she cannot pick and choose where it affects her.
That's right.
But one thing I would say is that I think, and again, you guys will call this conforming. I think you've got to pick and choose how and where you speak to people in a certain way because of the work environment.
No, but you might not be right. Might not be being angry. Yeah, you just might be expressing.
She might have been using no slang or nothing, but just the way
she speaks.
The way she's trying to get.
She's got to think.
Yeah, but bro, I can't go into a meeting and do all of this. Even if I'm speaking
Some people
in
can't
the
help
correct
that, though.
English, it just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Well, some people can't help using their hands.
Nah, well, you gotta help it or get out of them jobs there.
And even, forget she's using her hand now, yeah? Her tone, like, she's speaking and odd words. They would just say, do you know what I mean? And then once you've gone with it, you're F. Do you know what I mean? You might be getting all passionate. You might be trying to sell a project, yeah, and you're passionate about it, yeah? And your passion is spilling over, it becomes, it starts looking to those outside that you're a bit aggressive when you coming with it.
Whereas if you was within your own race, they probably wouldn't think anything of it. But the moment you step out of that,
but there is
can see that approach as aggressive.
All right. There is, however, though, there is a line in it. There is a line where you do become aggressive in it, and I'm not saying that these women who are being labelled are crossing that line. But I'm saying if you, like you said, yeah, it's about knowing how you're coming across. Yeah, you might know that you're emotive and you demonstrate with your hands. Yeah, but as long as you know that you are getting across your point in a professional manner, yeah, and you're not abusing anybody, you're not up in anybody's face, you're not shouting in anybody's face or anything, I think you should be happy that you've conducted yourself well. So, and getting back to the point what I said in terms of us choosing how it affects us, what I'm trying to say is don't let it make you rise, innit? A lot of people hear that tag and get angry and defensive and I'm not black,
and then they come across as exactly.
Let's not do that. Right, but it's more for the black men. Let's not reinforce that stereotype. And
so
that's what I'm trying to say.
Try to take the power out of it, like the way they have done with nigger.
I think that's different because I'm not just like with nigger we use the word in it and what. So yeah, I don't necessarily agree.
Ray tried to trip man.
Let me read a couple of comments. Right, Ashley has said black people have to walk on eggshells in general. She says that black men have to tone themselves down in certain environments as to be viewed as aggressive. Yes, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But I especially, I think I've said this before, I sometimes feel, even like when I'm talking to my kids, I have to keep control of my tone and stuff like that because of my size. Not necessarily just because of the colour of my skin. If I have to choose and do that in a workplace because of my colour, I don't know, I wouldn't say that.
No, Craig, sometimes maybe you haven't experienced it to a high degree. I'll give you an example of me maybe 2 weeks ago, yeah? I went to pick up the little boy from school, yeah? And
he's a perfect example.
But listen, yeah, when we go outside of school and like it gets nuts outside, it's hard parking, isn't it? Yeah? So I eventually find a parking space and I've got to get him to his grandparents. So I go in and he's supposed to be at the reception already. He's not there. So I'm like, oh, can you get Charlie? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah? He's like, yeah. The woman's still in the seat, yeah? For about 3-4 minutes, ain't moved. I'm just sitting there, I ain't said nothing, yeah? Another 3 minutes moves, she then moves to go and get Charlie, yeah? She goes off, she comes back in about 5 minutes, no Charlie. She sits down, don't say nothing to me, you know? And I said, all right, what's going on? Oh, he's coming soon. Another 5 minutes passes, yeah? I've been waiting like 15 minutes now, yeah? Still my man ain't out of the classroom. So I see the head teacher who knows what I'm here for. Bro, I just done this on the window. That is all, yeah? And she goes, no problem, that's what she said. The next week when I went into a meeting, yeah, she goes, oh, I just wanted to bring up last week when you came across a little bit, and then she paused, yeah? She was gonna say aggressive and she paused, and she goes to me, you seemed a bit frustrated, and changed her word. I was livid, yeah? But I couldn't say nothing. I had to say, okay, you know, and I accepted. But my thing is, there was no aggression shown. I put the damn window. So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's not like I slammed it. I just done that.
All right. But you see in that situation, yeah. Apart from it angering and frustrating you that she called you that, how did it affect you?
Bro, I was mad.
Exactly. So if you have it in your mind that, you know what, I'm not even letting that get in my mind.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, in that circumstance you can. But I gave you an example you couldn't. But in that circumstance you can affect how it affects you there. But I was so mad.
Right, listen. Before we need to start trying to wrap up as well. So let me just read out a couple more. Right, Adina said, I watched Love and Hip Hop. Shout out. I've watched the new Miami one. I haven't finished the whole series. I did cut it out before because of the negativity, but it does particularly more recently show successful black people and relationships. For example, Remy Ma and Papoose Black Love.
Aye.
Yeah. Oh, you can nod for those. Yeah.
There were people,
No,
they're not your people.
Right. Size Pierce said most people watch them shows for the drama, not to see love and marriage.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. Nina has said, I don't think black women are angry. I think because our character has been demonized and other races have been put on a pedestal, black women are just scrutinized more. Ooh. I think that's definitely...
I agree with some of those points, but at the end of the day, there are some angry ones. It's not pretending they're not.
She said, I've witnessed other... You're so dismissive.
I think they're talking as a whole, dude.
I've witnessed other females from different races being controlling, aggressive, angry, but people just sugarcoat their shit.
Yeah, agreed.
It's real.
Right, Bianca said, shout out to Bianca as well, guest on the last show.
Yes,
the show before.
Old type, baby.
She was a guest.
Show before.
Regarding the influence of TV shows, I think we need to come to a place where, and yeah, I've just messed up your whole thing. Regarding the influence of TV shows, I think we need to come to a place where we take responsibility for our own actions. As a grown woman, I am more than capable of watching a show without being negatively influenced by it, and I thought others should be able to do the same. She watches Love and Hip Hop.
You're not being influenced, but it's still pushing the stereotype for others.
Yeah, and I think it's
and the younger the female, the less likely she's going to be strong-minded.
And if white guys and white women are watching it, they're getting that stereotype from for real.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how they act.
I see.
Right, listen, we're going to get everyone's final points. I'm going to wrap up the show. I think I've already put in there. Shout out to everyone who's been putting up the likes and sharing the post as well. Really appreciate that. If you're on YouTube as well, give us a thumbs up. That obviously definitely helps us as well. We lose your comments, unfortunately. I hate that part about it. But obviously, if you do pass it on to them, encourage them to leave a comment as well. And we'll always kind of come back and interact as well. Dwayne, what's your last comments about it?
Yeah.
Angry black
women. You do exist, but the reality is that there are angry people in every race. I do feel that as people, we have to manage the fact that we are called aggressive, and it's something that we just have to deal with. I don't think there's much we can generally do about it, but I do feel sorry for those women who are not aggressive and are just labelled that.
Darren.
Angry black women, I just think, I don't like the term. Black women, keep being yourselves, keep being strong. Yes, I said strong. Nah, man, honestly, don't let it affect you, man. Keep progressing. Listen, black women have gone through so much to get to the point where you're at the moment. So it's only natural that you might have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. It's only natural, in my opinion. So forget that tag. Keep pushing on. Keep being successful. Black men, let's support our black women.
Yeah, just mirroring what the other guys have said. People just don't use the term black guys don't use the term to describe black women. It's not nice. I've got to hold my hands up, say it's not funny. You know, it does encourage other races and to use the term, and it does, you know, even as a joke, it can have a lasting effect on women, and it's not nice. Yeah, that's it.
Sorry. I love your outro, bro. Yeah, in regards to strong black women, I think...
Sorry, my bad. Go.
In regards to maybe strong black women, angry black women, the label is something that has been put on us, and I think Dwayne touched on it already. Yes, you do exist, but in my opinion, absolutely, like rightly so. You've had every reason to be angry. But I think we're now getting to the point where evolution needs to start taking place, and you know, we need to do as a community all we can for that label to be dismissed. Let's replace it with something positive. But we need to, and I think everyone's kind of touched on it already, we need to start addressing each other that way in order for it to kind of seep out and be used and seen by other people, so that these things can't get to us. Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives of Atlanta definitely shouldn't be stopped. They're entertaining shows. However, when you know, let me try and flip my balance thing. That I think that there should be shows that show other parts of it, and there has been. You know, I think there was the Nelly show, for example, which I thought was amazing. Probably got stopped now, but it was amazing because it was showing him. I think he had taken on his sister who passed away. He's taken on her kids, and it was just showing him in such a positive light, and everything that was going on there was just so positive. So
that's a very
well, I didn't really watch that one too much, man. I find her face worked on. So, but yeah, listen. Anyway, let's not digress. But listen, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. What's wrong with you?
Huh? No, I'm agreeing. My face is mad.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you ain't done it on YouTube, subscribe to us. Let's help build us up. And if you've got any ideas for shows, give them to us, man. Like we will always discuss and take it on board, especially if it's coming from someone who kind of watches the show. Appreciate your support as always. Love. Yeah, we'll catch you in a couple of weeks, man.
Bless up.
Peace. Yeah.
Sorry, that's a bit angry, isn't it?
Angry when I just gently assertive. Let's be honest, that's what it is.
I just think it's just brothers who can't take